Football saved my life. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, why am I doing this for? What's my passion? Football has always been my passion, whether it was on the pitch or off the pitch. However, if you're like me, you're stubborn. A lot of us don't want to believe that the first route we go down is the route we're going to make it in. And we start to live in delusion and we use emotion over logic. I genuinely believed I was going to be a professional footballer, but I wasn't doing the things it takes to be a professional footballer. If I'm being honest, the dream was probably far-fetched ages ago. If I'm being honest, when it comes to commitment to football, I've probably been a lukewarm footballer when you compare it to people who train day in and day out. But there's nothing wrong with failing. The question is, how are you going to redefine yourself? Everybody has dreams, everyone has ideas, but do you have a plan? Are you working with purpose? What are you working towards? For a lot of people, that can be difficult. Finding yourself can be difficult. That's why we let our parents take us to uni. Yes, and I do mean take us, because let's be honest, that is why we go. That's why we spend years and years putting ourselves into education, trying to hide from the fact that we actually don't know what we're going to do with our lives. A year ago, I was just existing, but I wasn't moving anywhere. And my mum asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Really and truly, that is a simple question, and it should be a simple answer, but I had no answer. I just sat there and looked at her. And in the moment you get the lecture, you give the cold shoulder and you act like your mum's not really talking sense. But when you look into the mirror and you really ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a bit of a bum. Sometimes you have to G-check yourself and really ask yourself, what is my purpose? And you have to sit down and plan what you want your life to look like and how you're going to achieve that. Not everything can go down to the plan as written, but the plan is the foundation to growth. Every house needs to be built on solid foundation. There's actually no better feeling in life than knowing you're working towards something. It gives you a reason to wake up every morning. It makes you have a sense of justification about how your day went. A year later, I'm happy to say I found my purpose. I hope you find yours. And if you didn't know before, at least you know now. AJ knows ball.